What's up guys, World Pass here with another review video today. Yes, I know. Sorry, I haven't really been doing any reviews for a while. I've been busy with the reactions, I've been doing some gaming stuff. It's tough to find time for it because these review videos, I have to be really detailed about them, about how I edit them. They take a lot longer to edit, and they deserve a lot more care, so I don't just want to throw them out there. I got a lot of notes on reviews I want to do that I just need to get out there, so I will be getting to them. Please be patient, but I thought I'd at least give y'all, because I'm excited for this one, at least review video for multiple things, given that we're already coming to the end of 2023 for anime related stuff. This specific video though, I am going to give you my top 5 ending songs of 2023 from the anime that I've released from January to December, and I'm gonna tell y'all the favorite endings that I love. You know, I feel like people really skip over openings and endings sometimes, but me, I'm cut from a different cloth. I like to watch it every time. If it's a good song, a good opening sequence, if it's catchy, you know, I like to leave it on. I like to watch it. Either gets me hyped for the next episode or it winds me down, and I don't know, it's just, there's something about openings and endings that I just love to appreciate. So I'm gonna give you guys honorable mentions as well. I'm gonna give y'all my top 5 ending songs in anime for 2023. Let's get to it. Alright, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to count from 5 to 2 on my list, and then I'm going to give y'all my honorable mentions right before we get to number 1, and then I'm going to drop my number 1 favorite ending song, and I'm going to show y'all maybe little tidbits of how the song looks in the ending sequence and how it sounds in the ending sequence. If y'all aren't familiar with these, which most of you should be, most of these are going to be from popular anime, maybe a few that you haven't heard of or just didn't look into, but a lot of these come from popular anime, so you guys should recognize it. I'm just here to express my love and appreciation for them. So let's start with number 5. It's going to be Jujutsu Kaisen ending. It's the one before this one. For the hidden inventory arc, it's called Akari. Let me see. It's by Soshi Sakiyama. Now, Akari really took me by surprise. Honestly, I thought this one was going to be number 1 until we had gotten a lot of bangers lately in the past maybe like 3 months. Hidden Inventory had a great opening. That's going to be its own video. But the ending really was just like, something about Jujutsu Kaisen endings, that they're just ending a little bit sadder every season, and I love that because that's where you can see the tone shift from within the story. So I just loved it because, first of all, beautiful visuals. I love that it's Gojo and Geto centric, given how Hidden Inventory is Geto and Gojo centric. But I just loved the buddiness, them enjoying their life, because we don't really get to see a lot of that in the arc before things get all crazy. But you know, you see Geto and Gojo basically, you know, boyfriends. We should be real. No, but they really mean a lot to each other, and I think this ending really captured that. It captured how oh my gosh, there's something about sentimental endings that always get to me. Like, you give me sentimental visuals along with a really heartfelt song, and I'm there. And this is exactly what that does for me. And it has a little bit of a beat, and it's just a really good vibe, and I love it. And after the Hidden Inventory, it's kind of like you could still cry to that kind of song, but it's so nice. It's just nice to appreciate. It really encapsulates, what is that word? It really captures the beauty of the relationship between Gojo and Geto, and them with the rest of their classmates, their fellow Jujutsu Kaisen sorcerers. So I said Jujutsu Kaisen sorcerers. They're fellow sorcerers. Jujutsu Kaisen means sorcerer fight. So that didn't make sense, but yes, I do love the vocals for this one, and I think it's just beautiful. I'm gonna play it right now as I talk to y'all. The opening to the song is just so soft. I love Soshi Sakiyama's voice in this song completely, and I think it needed to be on this list. I'm just surprised that it got all the way down. I love the opening sequence, and I hope y'all love it too. I'm gonna try to put it in like right after this. Jumping right to number four. Number four is going to be Freyrin. Freyrin came out of nowhere for me. I had no idea what Freyrin was until maybe like a few weeks before it was supposed to come out, and I seen the trailer for it on Twitter, and I was like, wow, this looks beautiful. And it's just, that's the kind of anime it was. It came out of nowhere, and it really shocked me, surprised me. I'm loving it so far. I'm reacting with it to Just Jez. If you want to go check those videos out and check him out on his channel, great guy. You know, he hates me, but great guy. Just kidding, it's all love. But Freyrin ending, it only has one ending, so the ending song is called Anytime Anywhere by Millet. There's just so many things that surprised me about this one. It is one of the ones that has the most beautiful visuals on this list. It's just so abstract, and they were really creative with this ending sequence. Like, let me tell you, it matched the vocals so nicely, and the vocals were insane. Like, I love this woman's voice. Millet, I don't know if that's a group or if it's, you know, a person, but it just starts with like a really soft guitar, and it, at least the ending song, at least it ends in like a really high note that just, oh, it hits you right here. This is where my heart is, not in the center. No, it's right here. It hits you right there. And her vocals really just make you appreciate the anime a little bit more. The sequence did that for me too. It was so beautiful. It really captures how nicely, beautifully animated every part of Freyrin is when it comes to character acting, to the environments, to the different structures in each area that they visit. It's so beautiful. It's like if Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom were an anime. And I was telling Jez the other day too, I was like, if they make a Zelda anime, they need to make it in this style because it's so beautiful, and the song just captures beauty. That's all I can really say about it. And by the end of the song, anytime, anywhere, like, it's so good. And then she really ends the song on a bang. Like, I can't even try and attempt the notes that she did at the end of that. It's a crazy crescendo. That's what it's called, right? The rising. It really surprised me, but I loved it. The visuals pair up with the vocals perfectly, and I love this woman's voice for this. And it just fits with the theme of the anime, the vibe of the anime, which is probably why I love it just as much. It's so good. It's so good. Please go watch Freyrin and watch this ending. Watch everything I'm recommending, actually, everything on this list. But yes, Freyrin, Anytime Anywhere by Millet is going to be number 4. I'm whispering a lullaby for you to come back home. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Number 3 is going to be Vinland Saga Ember by, who is it? Haju Harmonix? I'm not sure if that's the actual person or if that's like a cover. I'm looking at my Spotify right now, sorry y'all, but Ember is the most recent ending for the second part of the second season, which, go watch it, it's amazing. So many emotions, so much happened, it's a lot of sadness, but you know, I think this really struck a chord with me. Oh my gosh, especially after a certain part in the story, when this ending plays, it really just tugs at your heartstrings. Especially at the end, oh my gosh, it's just so good. Again, visuals amazing. The visuals are so good, the environment, and there's just a certain tone about it that fits the song. All the skies are like, you know, nothing's too bright. It's like everything's like either the sun setting or sun rising. There's just so much beauty in this ending song, and a lot of meaning and symbolism for Thorfinn's character and all the characters really. It's a little sad because it does allude to one of the saddest parts of the season, which I won't spoil if y'all haven't watched it, but please at least watch the endings or openings if you're on the fence about watching it, because they have a lot of content in them, especially this one. There's a lot of symbolism representing the characters that are going through the motions, but specifically with Thorfinn, I think this song really represents his journey as a character the best, and honestly it's probably one of the best character developments I've ever seen in anime. Like, Thorfinn's character development I think is represented best in this song, and I think you can just feel the emotion behind the person who's singing this song. I think it fits the ending sequence perfectly, and I think it's perfect. It's the perfect ending song for this arc specifically. And again, makes me feel sentimental. Makes you, once you watch it, you're like, oh no, that's... and it makes you want to cry. So, you can tell I just like emotional things. That's why I like listening to the endings. They get me into my emotional self. But I really enjoyed this one from Vinland Saga, and it stuck with me. A lot of these, whenever I first heard them, added to Spotify, put it on repeat. I would listen to them while I was working. Like, bro, they were that good. And honestly, I can go back and listen and have the same feelings about them. So hopefully y'all go take a listen and can agree, because it's honestly one of the most beautiful endings I've seen, especially this year. So Vinland Saga Ember, go listen to it. Her vocals are insane. Y'all, number 2, I'm not gonna hold y'all up until last week. Number 2 was gonna be number 1. I am so serious. And number 2, I think I listened to like 3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago. Number 2 blew it out of the water for me. This 100%, like, no joke. It was so hard to put this as number 2 because number 1 was just that perfect. Number 1 took me by surprise. Another anime that took me by surprise. I heard about it, but I didn't expect to like it this much. Undead Unluck. The ending song is gonna be called You Know Me, and it's by, let's see, who's it by? Kairi Yagi. And her voice made me want to cry. Like, there's nothing sad about Undead Unluck yet. When I watched this ending song, I literally had to stop. My jaw was open. I had to pay attention because there was a story behind it that we hadn't even got to in the anime yet. And I love that because there's a lot of elements of the story that these animators put behind these openings and endings that we just, little details that we be missing. Like, if you sit, watch, and listen to these opening and ending songs, there are stories behind them that we haven't even gotten to in the show, and that's probably one of the best things about them. This specific one shows about a love story seemingly between Andy and maybe an old lover. Maybe she died. She's dressed in all black. Andy coming out from a literal coffin because he can't die. We know this. Go watch Undead Unluck. He can't die, and she's wearing all black seemingly because she either is mourning him or she died herself. And again, visuals, the arts. This is one of the best art styles for an ending song of this year. Like I said, this should have been number 1. I'll get to number 1 though. This is number 2 because it's just simply so beautiful. Even if you know nothing about the anime, if you watch this, at least for me, I was moved almost to tears because of how beautiful her voice was. Wow, you saw all these beautiful visuals of, the meteors coming down from the sky. You saw him staring at his significant other, which I'm assuming it is. And then it flashes to the pink cherry blossoms, and he's there. He opens his eyes. Oh my gosh. The art style is just so beautiful. Everything about it was haymaker after haymaker of feels. Like, it's beautiful, and I'm sure it's gonna hit really hard once we get to a certain part of the story in Undead Unluck. Please go watch it because it's really beautiful. I've posted it on my Instagram before too. Beautiful visuals, beautiful animation, beautiful symbolism for the story, and then even like very talented singer. She hit it out of the park with this one. That, bro, that was just it was so hard to beat, and I'll tell you what beat it. After these honorable mentions, let me give some shout outs to a lot of the good anime endings I've heard this year. Now that I got y'all's attention, number one. Man, I'm gonna try not to cry when I say number one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play it too. Number one is going to be Itereshai by Ai Higuchi. Attack on Titan! Attack on Titan is number one. This ending, that's why I was saying I literally seen it 5 days ago exactly. That ending actually broke me. Like, you know, I was trying to explain it as like Attack on Titan. The finale was amazing. I loved the ending. I loved the sound. I loved everything about the ending. So to see this ending show the story of how they reunited in the afterlife, because they should, I believe, I mean, I reacted to the ending song. You could go see it there. That should have been what they had in life. It's just so tragic to see two people love each other and for one of them to pass. It's just also just as beautiful as it is tragic, because they do eventually meet in the afterlife. And if you watch the ending song, they're kids, and the song just captures it beautifully. The visuals are so stunningly beautiful. They're childlike. It matches the tone of Mikasa and Eren. Just, I can't even talk right now, bro, because I'm thinking about two of their shadows, and then Mikasa's head goes on his shoulder. I would need a moment. I would need a moment. This is why this is number one, because it really completely caught me off guard. It didn't even premiere after the finale. The opening and the ending for the last part of Attack on Titan, they were released separately, so you really had to go and find it. But it's so heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time. It's just a really tragic love story, but there's hope in the fact that they do get to meet each other in the afterlife. Eren, you know, saying see you later, Eren, implies that they do meet when Mikasa finally finishes her long life and meets Eren, and they just, that might, oh my gosh, there's so many things I can talk about with that ending. On Eren's shoulder, and then the end where she wakes up and then Eren's hand is on. Oh. It's so sad, but it's like so heartwarming. It's like they finally did meet. The song, if y'all, you know, just go watch the music video, it starts with her saying she gave up on finding a place to put her heart. And by the end of the song, she says, I found a place right by yours. You can tell I'm such a softie, but it really just, like, it does something to me. It does something to me. Art, voice, lyrics, story, symbolism. Attack on Titan, Ai Higuchi, Itereshai is my number one ending song for the year. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, this list. I'm gonna have another opening. I'm gonna have a top 5 opening of the year, and then maybe a top fights anime, and then me, Jez, and maybe a few other people are gonna count down the anime and game awards, and we're gonna have our own lists there. But, you know, appreciate y'all for being here. Be on the lookout for those other videos I mentioned. Do you agree with my list? Do you have any other anime endings that are worth listening to? Do you have any other anime that I should get into? Just all those suggestions, put it in the comments. Any opinions on my list. And again, these are some of the most beautiful songs I've heard in a while. So this year was jam-packed full of really good ending songs. Remember you to I can't even speak anymore. Remember to drink enough water, eat enough, get enough rest, take care of personal hygiene, because we cannot be the best version of ourselves and spread our positive energy throughout the world without first taking care of ourselves. This has been World Pass, and I'm a peace out.